Stop everything. Right now. This very second. Because what I'm about to reveal in the next 20 minutes will completely change how you see someone in your life, someone who's been observing you, monitoring you, watching your every move with an intensity that feels almost supernatural. You've felt it, haven't you? That awareness of being watched. Not in a paranoid way, but in a spiritual way. There's someone in your orbit, in your family, your workplace, your social circle, your community, who pays unusually close attention to you. They notice things about you that others miss. They remember details about your life that seem insignificant. They track your wins, your losses, your struggles, your breakthroughs. They're always aware of what you're doing, where you're going, who you're with. At first, you thought it was admiration. Then you wondered if it was competition. Sometimes it feels like concern. Other times it feels like surveillance. You can't quite name what it is, but you know it's there, this constant, unwavering attention from a specific person whose eyes seem to follow your journey with unusual focus. But what I'm about to expose will shock you to your core. Because by the end of this message, you will discover that this person watching your every move and success is secretly your identity will be revealed at the perfect moment. And when that truth unfolds, everything will make sense. Every strange interaction. Every unexplained reaction. Every moment when you caught them staring or asking questions that seemed too specific. It will all click into place. This revelation will either liberate you or devastate you, depending on whether you're prepared to see the truth. Because once you know who this watcher really is and what their attention really means, you can't unknow it. Your relationship with them will never be the same. But you'll finally understand the dynamics that have been operating beneath the surface of your connection. Before we unmask this watcher and reveal their true identity, you must do 3 things immediately. Like this video right now to activate spiritual discernment and protection over your life. Subscribe and turn on all notifications because understanding spiritual dynamics requires ongoing revelation. Type "Reveal the Watcher" in the comments, declare your readiness to see beyond appearances into spiritual reality. Stay until the final second because after the reveal, I will direct you to a second video exposing the observation game, how to handle those who watch your life, specific strategies to protect yourself from unhealthy monitoring. Section 1. The signs of being watched. Let me describe the specific ways you've been experiencing this surveillance, and you tell me if this feels disturbingly accurate. The unusual awareness. This person knows things about you they shouldn't know, at least not with the level of detail they possess. They remember specific dates of your achievements or setbacks. Exact details of conversations you had weeks or months ago. Changes in your appearance, your schedule, your habits. Updates about your life you never directly told them. Information about your plans or moves you kept relatively private. When you share something new, they often respond with, "Oh, I already knew that," or "I heard about that." And you wonder, how? Who told them? Why were they asking about me? Why does my life occupy so much space in their mind? The mirroring phenomenon. You've also noticed something strange. This person seems to mirror or model aspects of your life. Shortly after you start a new venture, they start something similar. Make a significant purchase, they acquire something comparable. Change your style or appearance, they adjust theirs in your direction. Achieve a milestone, they suddenly work toward the same milestone. Share a struggle, they claim to have the same struggle. It's not quite identity theft, but it's not quite coincidence either. There's a pattern of them tracking your moves and then replicating, competing with, or positioning themselves in response to what you do. The interrogation disguised as conversation. When this person talks to you, the conversations feel less like genuine connection and more like information extraction. They ask questions that seem friendly but are actually strategic. So what are you working on these days? How's that new opportunity going? Have you heard back about that thing yet? Who have you been spending time with lately? What are your plans for the next few months? And if you're vague or deflect, they press further. They're not satisfied with surface answers, they want details, specifics, insights they can store away and analyze. The Quran warns about this in Surah Al-Hujurat, O you who have believed, avoid much negative assumption. Indeed, some assumption is sin. And do not spy or backbite each other. But this person violates this principle, they spy through seemingly innocent questions. The emotional reactions. You've also noticed their emotional responses to your life are disproportionate. When you succeed, their congratulations feel forced, their smile doesn't reach their eyes, they quickly change the subject or immediately share their own achievement to balance the conversation. When you struggle, they seem almost relieved, more engaged, more present. Not in a supportive way, but in a validating way, like your struggle confirms something they needed to believe about you. When you make a move, they become anxious, asking multiple questions, trying to assess how your move affects them, their position, their standing. When you're absent, they ask others about you. Where's your name? What are they up to? Have you heard from them? Your absence creates discomfort for them because they've lost their surveillance access. The social monitoring. This person also monitors your social media with unusual intensity. They're always among the first to view your stories. They like or react to posts quickly, showing they're watching in real time. They reference things from your social media in person. I saw that you. If you post about an achievement, they post something similar soon after. If you go quiet on social media, they reach out asking if everything's okay. It's not the casual observation of a friend. It's the systematic tracking of someone who has assigned themselves the role of monitoring your journey. If you recognize all these signs with one specific person, type "I'm being watched" in the comments. Section 2. The 3 types of watchers. Before I reveal who your specific watcher is, you need to understand that not all watching is the same. There are 3 distinct types of watchers, and each operates from different motivations. Watcher type number 1, the jealous competitor. This watcher monitors you because they're in constant comparison mode. In their mind, your life is a scoreboard and they're tracking who's winning. They watch you too. Measure their progress against yours. Am I doing better than them? Worse? The same? Find ammunition for criticism. They're looking for your failures, your mistakes, your struggles so they can feel better about their own journey or use it to diminish your success. Copy your strategy. They're trying to reverse engineer your success. If you're winning, they want to know how so they can replicate it, not to collaborate, but to compete. Predict your next move. They're watching your patterns so they can anticipate and potentially block or undermine your next steps. This watcher exhausts you because you feel like you're in a race you never agreed to run. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught, "Blessed is the one who is preoccupied with his own faults rather than those of others." But this watcher violates that. They're consumed with you. Watcher type number 2, the parasitic learner. This watcher monitors you because they lack their own vision, identity, or direction. You've become their template, their reference point, their blueprint for life. They watch you too. Avoid making their own decisions. Instead of figuring out what they want, they watch what you want and want that too. shortcut their own development. Rather than doing the work of self-discovery, they study you and adopt your style, your interests, your goals. Maintain connection. They fear that if they stop tracking you, they'll lose their sense of direction or identity because they built it around yours. Live vicariously. They experience life through watching yours because their own feels empty, stagnant, or unfulfilling. This watcher drains you because you feel responsible for their development, like you can't make moves without considering how it affects their imitation of you. Watcher type number 3, the hidden adversary. This is the most dangerous watcher. They monitor you because they're waiting for you to fail, to make a mistake, to have a vulnerable moment they can exploit. They watch you to gather evidence. They're building a case against you, collecting information they can use to discredit, sabotage, or attack you when the timing is right. Find your weak spots. They're analyzing your patterns to identify vulnerabilities, blind spots, or areas where you're most exposed. Plan their strike. They're not watching out of curiosity or admiration. They're watching like a predator studies prey, patiently, strategically, waiting for the perfect moment to act. Mask their true intentions. They pretend to be neutral, friendly, or supportive while secretly harboring animosity, jealousy, or destructive intent. This watcher is spiritually dangerous. The Quran speaks of them in Surah An-Nisa, "O you who have believed, do not take the disbelievers as allies instead of the believers. Do you wish to give Allah against yourselves a clear case?" The watcher's self-justification. Regardless of type, every watcher justifies their surveillance. The competitor says, "I'm just keeping up with people in my field. It's networking." The learner says, "I'm inspired by them. They're my role model. Is that wrong?" The adversary says, "I'm just paying attention. If they're doing something wrong, someone needs to notice." But healthy interest doesn't require constant monitoring. Genuine inspiration doesn't create dependency. Real concern doesn't manifest as surveillance. What you're experiencing goes beyond any of these justifications. It's obsessive, it's strategic, it's spiritually unhealthy. If you recognize which type of watcher you're dealing with, type "I know the type" in the comments. Section 3, Why they chose you. Now let me reveal why you, specifically you, became the target of this person's intense observation. Because not everyone gets watched this way. There's something about you that triggered their fixation. Reason number 1. Your favor is visible. You're operating in a level of favor that's undeniable. Things work out for you. Doors open. Opportunities come. People are drawn to you. Resources flow toward you. And it's not because life is easy for you, it's because you've planted seeds: obedience, faith, hard work, integrity, and those seeds are producing harvest. This visible favor is magnetic to watchers because competitors want to understand it so they can replicate or sabotage it. Learners want to absorb it by proximity and observation. Adversaries want to disprove it or find the real reason behind it: luck, privilege, deception, anything but genuine blessing. You didn't ask for their attention. Your favor demanded it. Like a light in darkness, you can't help but be noticed. Reason number 2, your transformation is threatening. You're not who you used to be. You've evolved, grown, healed, leveled up. And this transformation is threatening to those who knew the old you or who are still stuck where you used to be. The watcher is monitoring your transformation because it highlights their stagnation. It proves change is possible, which removes their excuses for not changing. It disrupts the role you played in their life or their narrative about you. It threatens existing power dynamics or hierarchies. Your growth exposed their choice to stay the same. And now they watch to find evidence that your transformation is temporary, fake, or about to reverse, because if you can sustain your evolution, it condemns their decision not to evolve. Reason number 3, your authenticity is rare. You're genuinely yourself. You don't perform for approval. You don't manufacture an image. You don't live for external validation. And this authenticity is rare enough to be fascinating and threatening simultaneously. The watcher is drawn to your authenticity because competitors want to understand if it's real or strategic. Learners want to figure out how to be as free as you appear to be. Adversaries want to find cracks in it, to prove you're as fake as everyone else. Your refusal to play games that others play makes you a subject of intense study. They're trying to decode you because you don't fit familiar patterns. Reason number 4, your purpose is activating. You're stepping into purpose. You're discovering your calling. You're beginning to operate in the assignment you were created for. And purpose always attracts attention, both supportive and adversarial. The watcher is monitoring your purpose journey because it reminds them of their own unfulfilled purpose. It threatens existing structures or systems your purpose will disrupt. It creates FOMO, fear of missing out on the impact and legacy you're building. It activates spiritual warfare because kingdom purposes always face opposition. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, faced intense surveillance from his adversaries who tracked his every move, looking for ways to discredit, trap, or stop him. Your purpose is significant enough to warrant similar attention. Type "they watch my favor" if this resonates with your situation. Section 4, the identity reveal. Now we arrive at the moment of revelation. Who is this person watching your every move and success? Let me unveil their identity with prophetic clarity. The reveal, that person watching you is secretly your insecure shadow, someone who has built their identity around comparing themselves to you. This person is not a casual observer. They are someone whose self-concept, self-worth, and sense of identity have become dangerously entangled with tracking, measuring, and positioning themselves in relation to you. For some of you, it's your sibling. A brother or sister who has spent their entire life being compared to you or comparing themselves to you. You were the smart one or the successful one or the favored one, and they became the other sibling. Their identity was formed in your shadow, and now as adults, they can't stop watching you because your life is still their measuring stick for their own worth. Every achievement you have confirms their belief that they're second best. Every struggle you have temporarily relieves the pressure of comparison. They don't want you to fail permanently, but they need you to fail sometimes so they can breathe. For others, it's your former peer who got left behind. Someone you used to be equal with, same school, same level in career, same stage in life. But then you evolved and they didn't. You got promoted and they didn't. You moved forward and they stayed stuck. Now they watch you obsessively because your current success reminds them of when you were equals. They're trying to find the moment where you started pulling ahead so they can replicate it. They're waiting for you to plateau or fail so they can catch up. They need your life to make sense of their own life's trajectory. For some, it's your family member who carries generational jealousy. A cousin, an aunt/uncle, even a parent who has unhealed wounds around comparison, favoritism, or achievement. They watch you because you're succeeding in ways they never did. You're breaking generational patterns they couldn't break. You're receiving opportunities they never had. Your freedom highlights their bondage. Your joy exposes their bitterness. And they've convinced themselves that watching you is taking interest in family or staying connected, but it's actually obsessive monitoring fueled by unresolved jealousy. For others, it's your ex or former close friend. Someone who was once intimately connected to you but is no longer in that position. They watch you because they need to know if you're doing better without them. Wounded ego. They're comparing your life now to when they were in it. They're looking for evidence that leaving was a mistake or that staying away is justified. They've never fully let go emotionally, and watching is their way of maintaining phantom connection. The undeniable pattern. You know it's them because they seem to know details about your life you never told them directly. They bring you up in conversations with mutual connections. They react emotionally, positively or negatively, to your posts or news. They've made comments that reveal they've been paying closer attention than a casual acquaintance would. When you achieve something, they either go silent or suddenly become visible. Other people have mentioned that this person asks about you frequently. The spiritual dynamic. What's happening spiritually is that this person has given you authority over their emotional state without your consent. You didn't ask to be their standard. You didn't volunteer to be their measuring stick. But they've assigned you that role, and now your life directly impacts their peace, their self-worth, their emotional stability. This is a form of spiritual idolatry, making another human being the center of your focus instead of Allah. And it's exhausting for you because you feel the weight of their attention even when they're not physically present. If you know exactly who your watcher is, type "I know my shadow" in the comments. Section 5, the Liberation Protocol. Now that you know who's watching you and why, let me give you the Liberation Protocol, specific actions to free yourself from their surveillance and protect your peace. Action 1, stop performing for their eyes. You've been unconsciously adjusting your behavior based on their watching. Maybe you dim your celebrations because you know they're watching. Hesitate to share good news because you anticipate their reaction. Carefully curate what you post to manage their perception. Avoid certain topics or spaces because you know they're monitoring. Stop. You didn't ask for their attention, and you're not responsible for managing their emotions. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught, if you are not ashamed, then do as you wish. Live your authentic life. Celebrate your wins fully. Share your journey freely. Let them deal with their own reactions. Action 2, limit their access strategically. You can't control that they watch, but you can control what they have access to watch. On social media, adjust privacy settings so they have limited visibility. Use close friends features that exclude them. Consider muting or unfollowing so you're not seeing them constantly seeing you. Don't feed the surveillance by constantly checking if they viewed your content. In person, keep conversations surface level. Don't share detailed plans, strategies, or intimate struggles. Deflect probing questions gracefully. Things are good, thanks for asking. How about you? Don't give them material to analyze, copy, or weaponize. Action 3, break the mental connection. The surveillance works both ways. You're watching them watch you. This creates an unhealthy mental loop. To break it, stop checking on them. Don't look at their social media to see if they're copying you or reacting to you. That's giving them power. Stop adjusting for them. Make decisions based on what's right for you, not on how they'll respond or what they'll think. Stop reporting to mutual contacts. Don't ask others, did watcher say anything about me? That keeps the dynamic alive. Stop living in reaction. Your life should be proactive, not reactive to their presence or opinions. Action 4, pray for their liberation. As uncomfortable as it is, pray for them. Allah, I ask that you free name from the prison of comparison. I ask that you help them find their own identity, their own purpose, their own worth that isn't dependent on measuring themselves against me. I ask that you heal whatever wound drives them to watch me so obsessively. And I ask that you release me from the burden of being the center of their focus. Give them eyes to see their own path, their own blessings, their own calling. This prayer frees you spiritually from the tie their watching has created. The Quran teaches in Surah Al-Baqarah, and do good, indeed, Allah loves the doers of good. Sometimes doing good means praying for those who burden you. Action 5, Live so fully they become irrelevant. The ultimate freedom is when their watching stops affecting you. When you're so focused on your purpose, so present in your journey, so connected to your own life that you genuinely forget they're watching. This happens when your purpose becomes bigger than their perception. Your peace becomes more valuable than their approval. Your authentic life becomes more satisfying than any curated version. Live with such intensity, such presence, such joy that you don't have mental space left to consider their surveillance. That's not arrogance, that's liberation. Type "I am free from watchers" in the comments to activate this protocol. Closing bridge. This insecure shadow who's been watching your every move is just one aspect of a larger spiritual dynamic, understanding how others' unhealed wounds affect your journey. There's a second video on my channel you must watch immediately, Living Under Surveillance, How to Thrive When Others Watch Your Life. In it, I reveal advanced strategies for maintaining authenticity and peace when you know you're being monitored. Click my channel right now. Find that video. Watch it completely. Your freedom from the burden of being watched depends on this wisdom. Final engagement. Type "Amen" if you're ready to live freely regardless of who's watching. Subscribe for continued guidance on navigating complex relational dynamics. Share this with someone who feels the weight of being constantly observed. You are being watched because you're worth watching. Your favor, your transformation, your authenticity, your purpose make you fascinating and threatening simultaneously. But their watching doesn't define you. Their attention doesn't control you. Their surveillance doesn't limit you. Live your life so fully, so freely, so authentically that their watching becomes background noise you no longer hear. Go watch that second video now. Your liberation is waiting. Type "I am free from watchers" and watch the second video now.